Hey guys, so I'm going to show you, if you are virtual, how to do tints and shades with colored pencil, crayon, and the best we can with marker. But we're kind of just working with what we have at home. So I'm going to give you guys a quick demo on how to get those tints and shades with these three mediums. And I've already started with some. So these are all done in colored pencil. Which one am I at? Yellow, orange. So if you're doing something other than paint, I don't want you to just grab a yellow, orange, or any of the tertiary colored pencils or crayons. I want you to practice blending and mixing and layering those colors. Because with paint, that's what the students who are using paint, they're having to blend and mix their colors. So typically, just in general, with colored pencil for the tint, so as you can see, these are all my tints, these are my pure color, and these are my shades. You start with your lightest color. So if you're mixing to get that tertiary color, you start with your lightest color, which in this case, it was yellow. And then I add the darker color on top. With the tint, I just do lighter pressure is all. And I use the white of that paper to be, oops, gotta start with my lighter color. I use the white of that paper to be part of my tint. For the pure color, you're just gonna layer and put full pressure for these pure colors. The orange, maybe not as much, but the yellow, full pressure. That lighter color, full pressure. If you're doing a pure color, make sure it's full pressure. Because you can push as hard as you want with any of these media, and there's still gonna be the pure color. It's never gonna turn into a shade without other colors involved. So for the shade, always start with the pure color. In our case for this one, it's a blended color. So I'm gonna start with my yellow, then orange on top. So if you were doing a pure color like orange, or not a pure color, sorry, a secondary or a primary color like orange or red, you just do the color. You don't have to layer like the tertiary colors do. But anyway, get that to look just like you did for the pure color. And then you're gonna add black. However, for this project, I do not have, I just can't find a black colored pencil. So I'm gonna use the complementary color of this color. So I have yellow and I have orange. The complementary color for yellow is purple, so I'm gonna do a layer of that. The complementary color for orange, what did I say? Orange, yeah, is blue. So I'm gonna do a layer of blue, and this is light, like you do not have to put very much pressure with these bad boys, but you gotta do both because you have both colors. So if you don't have a black, you can mute that tone. It's not technically a shade, it's a muted tone, but you can mute that tone with the complementary colors. And just look at a color wheel or Google search complementary colors if you don't know them. But I can tell you right now, red's complementary color is green, orange complementary color is blue, yellow's complementary color is green. However, I have a black crayon, so I'll show you how to do it with black. Same way you do it with colored pencil. Honestly, is done for crayon in both scenarios. So for blue-green, I'm gonna start with my lightest color. For the tint, it's light pressure. Then I'm gonna layer my darker color, which is blue. On top, still light pressure because we're in the tint. Okay, let's go ahead and do the pure color. Honestly, if you have crayon and colored pencil at home, they end up looking about the same. They're done the same way, but crayon ends up looking a little cleaner just because it doesn't have all of the little pencil lines quite as much. You can blend better with the crayon because it's that waxy texture. So now my pure color, I'm doing the blue on top. Whoops, broke the crayon. Okay, now for my, that looks cool. For my shade, I have to again first get that pure color. So it's gonna look the exact same as my pure color. Then I'm gonna get my black crayon and lightly go over it to give it a shade. Now again, if you don't have black, you'd be using complementary. It's easier if you just have black, but if you don't, that's a way to fix it. You can use complementary colors. And so you can kind of decide if you have both of these at home and no paint. These are if you have no paint or not these colors of paint. And if you have paint, all you really need is red, yellow and blue, black and white, because you can mix all the tints and shades, tertiary, secondary colors with those 5 colors right there. But if these are the products you have at home, color pencil, crayon, marker, I would totally go with crayon. I think it looks the cleanest and honestly, it's the easiest. Okay, marker's a whole nother story. This bad boy is rough. So I accidentally already started with this one. I got ahead of myself. This is gonna be hard if all you have is a marker. Like marker is your last resort, being no paint, no colored pencil, no crayon, nothing like that, and you can't make it up to school to get supplies from me, and just like pick up a little supplies kit out of the office. This is last resort. But if this is what you have, here are my best tips. So you may not be able to get the tint with all colors. These were super saturated. Like the felt tip of the marker had a lot of the liquid on it, so they showed up really well. This blue was kind of dried out, and so I was able to get a tint with that one. So you might want to go through your markers and see if any of them are dry, because you can make a tint out of that. And then the pure color, obviously you're just coloring pure color with. And then the shade you want to do like the pure color, but this is a red violet. So let's get our purple on top. So yes, it looks different than the purple, but it doesn't look super awesome. But if this is all we have to work from, this is what we got to work with, right? Okay, and then shade black, and it pretty well blacks it out because that one's super saturated. I actually forgot to go in and add my blue here and my blue violet. That marker's not working. So yeah, super saturated again. But like if you're doing marker, I would totally test them first on the side before you marker on your final paper and see, you know, which marker to use where. If you have a drier marker, like if you have a couple sets and some are dry, use the dry ones for the tint. But so again, this obviously is like last resort, but it's better than nothing. So if that's all you have, that's what we want to use. I suggest crayon if this is all you have. If you guys can come up to school and get some paint, a little paint tray from me, I will have some for you, but you got to send me an email and let me know. But if you have acrylic or tempera at home, you can use those. Okay, I hope this helped you guys.